Subscribe.
In creative arts therapy, we talk about regulation, about grounding, about learning how to stay. But some bodies were never meant to stay still. They learned survival through motion, through sensing the moment before impact, through reading intention in muscle and breathing. Bruce Lee called it Jeet the way of the intercepting fist. Not a style, but the refusal of one.
You see, actually, I do not teach, karate because I do not believe in styles anymore. Styles tends to not only separate men, because they have their own doctrines, and then the doctrine became the gospel truth, that you cannot change, But if you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, as a human being, how can I express myself totally and completely? Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization, that way, it's a process of continuing growth.
What looks like fighting is actually listening to space, to timing, to the truth of the body, before thought arrives. Bruce Lee rejected tradition. He stripped away choreography, hierarchy, certainty. He asks, what is useful? What is excess? In therapy, these questions matter, especially for patients whose bodies learned patterns they no longer choose. Here, in this context, I mentioned Bruce Lee. Jeet Kune Do doesn't block, it interrupts. It meets force where it's forming, not where it's already landed. Trauma works the same way. It isn't just what happened. It's the anticipation, the flinch, the body moving before permission is given. In one session, I asked my patients not to draw feelings, but to draw a movement that stops another movement. No figures, no faces, just lines that notice each other. Some drew spirals cut short. One sketched a sharp diagonal slicing through a blur. Another traced a wave, then erased the moment it broke. When we shared, one teen said, I didn't realize I was always bracing for the worst. Another patient said, I don't know how to move without preparing for the worst. Jeet Kune Do isn't about attack. It's about reclaiming choice inside motion. Then, something unexpected happened. Inspired by our talk about Bruce Lee, movement, and flow, not many, but a few patients began to rise from their floor mats. No announcement, no instruction. They stood beside their drawings and let their bodies try the line. One repeated a sharp stop, elbow halting, an invisible force. Another softened into a curve, then stepped back, as if learning where the edge lived. Movement and gesture became a second language, quieter than words, truer than explanation. Bruce Lee said,
empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Not poetic, not clinical. Water doesn't freeze into one shape. It adapts without apologizing. It yields and still erodes stone. Some patients returned to their seats. Others stayed standing. A few moved between the two. No one corrected them. Water doesn't ask where it's supposed to be. Bruce Lee's movements are fast, but never frantic. There's no wasted gesture. No performance. That restraint matters because many traumatized bodies confuse intensity with safety. Jeet Kune Do says, speed is awareness, power is precision, and control doesn't mean hardness. It means knowing when to stop. At the end of that session, I asked everyone to stop wherever they were, standing, sitting, mid-gesture. The room felt unfinished. A patient said, my body wants to complete the movement. Another patient replied, maybe stopping is the practice. Bruce Lee died at 32, still evolving, still unfinished. Jeet Kune Do was never meant to be completed. It lives only in response, in bodies allowed to change their mind. If your body learned to survive by moving first, by anticipating harm, by never resting inside its own shape, what movement has it been holding back, waiting for permission? Leave any thoughts in the comment section below.
Hello, this is Enrico, licensed creative arts therapist, New York State.
Well then, baby, you better train every part of your body.